Broadcasting from the business capital of the world, this is the Podcast Business News Network. Excited to be back with our friend Terrie Hanscom here, joining us from Lynn, Massachusetts. Again, she's the owner of her own company called Positive Vybes, and that's Vybes with a Vybes. And her website, positivevibes111.com. And again, don't forget, Vybes. How are you today?
I'm fantastic, Jill. How are
I'm doing well. Good to see you here in person. We're live on the Zoomcast and the podcast again. So, for new listeners each and every week, we must reestablish who the real Terrie is. Tell us a little bit about yourself, and we'll get into, of course, what you do at Positive Vibes for everyone.
Excellent. I am the owner of Positive Vibes. I am a Reiki master teacher, a meditation instructor. I am a registered nurse who recently retired. Well, it's getting later now, last August. And I just love to bring calm and peace to everybody that I meet.
Oh, wonderful. And you offer individual programs, workshops. You also offer visualization, meditation. Tell us more about all the offerings you do, and we'll get to whatever topic it is that you want to discuss today for everyone.
Excellent. Yes. Signature service is pre-op meditations for surgical patients. Anyone who's coming in operation who is nervous or has some anxiety around that, or even just needs some healing. I do the meditation visualizations that are individualized, and then we do energy work. We try and do it over a 6-month course of time. If you don't know that you're going to have your surgery earlier than 3 months, it's still fine. We can still do that work. And then I also offer individual Reiki sessions, either in person or distance. I do Akashic record readings, which just kind of gives you some guidance from the higher beings on the pathways that you're going to take. What else do I do? And I teach individual meditations in group sessions to try and get that out there for people to utilize.
Oh my goodness. Amazing. Well, we're excited to have you back with us today. And did you have an area of focus for today's show in general?
Yeah, so I thought we could start out by talking about self-care and what that looks like for people, and then just talk about some of the magical tools that I use in my practice, and that you may find a practitioner using that you go to see. So talking about self-care, it's a process in which you consciously give yourself permission to refill your own cup. You can't help anyone else or care for anyone else if you have nothing left in your own cup. So learning to take the time is essential for your overall well-being. And now self-care can look different for everybody. I love to go for a massage or a Reiki healing. My daughter loves to go to the gym and work out for 3 hours. That's her refill, her recharge. So it's very individual for each person. By individualizing your own self-care, you will feel the authenticity and the love that you're allowing for yourself. You see, once we all learn to love ourselves, we can allow love in from other areas or other people. So the secret to this is that we do require love from others in order to feel fulfilled. But by loving ourselves, we're able to allow the love of others to fill our lives. We feel worthy of love from ourselves as well as from others. So it's so important for us to find the necessary healers that help bring harmony and balance into your own world. So I tell people that they need to do their due diligence when they're looking for or finding an authentic certified healer to work with. Just some types of certified healers that you can look for include Reiki practitioners, massage therapists, essential oil practitioners, which is part of the aromatherapy. What else did I get here? And of course, meditations. So I thought I would talk about each of these individual practices. Did you have any questions to start with?
Oh, I'm excited to hear. I mean, we all could benefit from meditation and so much more. And I don't do enough of it, to be honest. So I'm
Mhm.
curious to hear your take on it, please.
Absolutely, absolutely. And the importance there is to set up some type of routine for yourself. So I try and see my Reiki practitioner once a month.
Hmm.
I try and go to see my massage therapist once a month or maybe twice a month. So it's setting up those habits that is
Hmm.
best for you. So Reiki is an ancient energy work. I'm going to talk about Usi Reiki because that's the style that I'm certified in. So Usi Reiki is a style of energy work that was brought to the United States from Japan by but it was originated in Japan by Maiku Usi. And then it was brought to the United States, and there's a bunch of different stories that go with that. But supposedly it was a woman who was of Hawaiian and Japanese descent who lived in Hawaii, went to Japan. Um, and she learned from one of the Reiki masters there this type of energy healing, brought it back, and then started teaching the symbols and what went along with it to certify. And this was like in 1922-ish. So Uzi's story was that he was a Buddhist scholar born in 1865.
Okay.
It says that while meditating on a retreat in 1922, he had a miraculous spiritual experience that gave him his ability to heal others and to pass this gift on to others through attunements. And this led to the creation of his style of Reiki. So Churo Hashi became Usi's successor, and he began his own Reiki society. He simplified the Reiki healing process and created many detailed hand positions that are used for treating various ailments. He also simplified the attunement process. So when a practitioner is certified, there are various levels. So there's Reiki 1 that you can practice on yourself or loved ones like your children. Reiki 2 incorporates distance healing, and you may begin treating others as a practitioner. And then Reiki 3 is the master level, and then you move on to the master teacher level. It's a complementary alternative health approach. Reiki does not directly cure diseases or illnesses. Instead, it's used as a way to manage symptoms and improve your general well being. The
Hmm.
belief is that the practitioner is able to stimulate your body's natural healing abilities. And then there's a few studies that show that Reiki may help reduce pain and anxiety. It's also used to help reduce fatigue. So
Hmm.
these are important, like in hospital settings. The hospital that I worked at in Boston was a large teaching Harvard affiliated hospital. It had a Reiki department. So all of the Reiki practitioners were volunteers, and it was run by a Reiki director. So all of the patients had available to them a Reiki practitioner. And this is
Okay.
a Harvard institution. So it's saying that
Wow.
it
Yeah.
is mainstream out there in being used in
Hmm.
a miraculous way. Thank goodness. Like we're starting to get a little bit smarter in using integrative medicines so that we can, decrease the use of opioids, which obviously is a terrible pandemic in itself, in that there's so many people that have become addicted to it. So if there's ways that we can control pain through ourselves and our body, why not utilize it?
Wow. And
So
but
and
just
that's
can I just share something with
yeah.
you? My mother unfortunately passed away from lung cancer almost 6 years ago now. And when she went to Sloan Kettering in the city, when you do all your research, you're on the computer, and I see this energy healing Reiki. I'm like, what is this? My mom never took advantage of it, but turns out over the years, then I met some other people who were going through chemo, the pain. The Reiki energy was helping to heal people in some aspects, and also just helping the pain. And I
Mm-hmm.
was so impressed because now it's like it's so much more mainstream, but still back then I really knew nothing of what it was, and a lot of people I think are still learning. But I'm so happy that finally Eastern and Western medicine both coming together, joining forces and recognizing the benefits of both. And maybe not just one works, maybe collectively a few different modalities can help someone. I got goosebumps. So thank you, Terrie, for bringing that up.
That is absolutely the truth. So that is what I love the most about being a science-based nurse And then having delved into this energy field, and combining the two, I think you definitely need both. One is going to enhance the other. And if you can try something that's non-invasive to begin with, instead of going straight to the medications, and by all means, people need some of the medications. But if this can enhance those medications, even the modalities enhance each other. So I go for acupuncture for a back problem. I'm doing my acupuncture, I enhance it with Reiki while I'm sitting there with all of the acupuncture needles in me. And it just helps so much more. So
Yeah.
I love being able to have both available. And we do need to get the word out more. I think that it is becoming more mainstream. And Reiki is one of the more mainstream. Acupuncture is also getting out there. I don't practice acupuncture, but I do allow it to be practiced on me. And it helps to decrease inflammation. So when I had my surgery for loss surgery last year, I did it because I was looking at having to have a fusion for my spine.
Ah,
And I didn't want to have that big, huge surgery.
wow. Yeah.
I
No.
chose the smaller surgery, which is
Mm-hmm.
still a big surgery,
Of course.
thinking that if I could lose some of the weight that I had put on because of my back issue.
Mm-hmm.
So after the weight loss surgery, I couldn't take ibuprofen, which made me concerned for the back issue that I had and the pain that I was having. So I started utilizing acupuncture more, and it worked just as good as the ibuprofen did with no side effects. So being able to use these these different modalities to enhance Eastern and Western medicine, enhancing each other.
Amazing.
Yes.
Amazing.
It is. Let's see. There's also a study out from Harvard Medical School citing the benefits of Reiki, and it's called a large scale effectiveness trial for Reiki for physical and psychological health. Um, so in conclusion, it said the results from this large scale multi site effectiveness trial suggests that a single session of Reiki improves multiple variables related to physical and psychological health. Just a single session. So now
Mm-hmm.
imagine if we put this into our self care ritual
Yeah.
and we included it maybe once a month, the benefits that we could have from that.
Wow.
Um, and the next one we're going to talk about is the massage therapist.
Okay.
Again, doing your due diligence, finding a certified massage therapist. This person can make you feel like $1,000,000 after a single session.
Mm.
I always like to reference from a trusted source when I'm looking for a practitioner, and massage is no different. So, what this means is just talk to people, look on their websites, look at their reviews, and see, who the best fit is for you. And then to use your intuition,
Mm-hmm.
that gut feeling.
Yeah.
If you meet with somebody and you just get kind of a not great vibe from them,
Oh, it's happened quite a few times.
yeah, exactly. Then you have no commitment to them.
Yeah.
Just move on. Be thankful.
It's
I've
so
met you.
true.
I've decided to go a different way until you find that perfect fit for you.
Mm-hmm.
Um, let's see. You can also have a session with someone who's certified in massage, but they're also certified in other modalities. So my massage therapist is actually a Reiki master. So she adds in the Reiki energy into her massage.
Okay.
Um, so that's really good. So you
Mm.
kind of get double the benefits in that single session.
Yeah. Wow.
Um, Aromatherapy, those are people who've taken a course and know the benefits, but also the precautions for using essential oils that they're working with. Aromatherapy is the practice of using essential oils for therapeutic benefit. It's been around for centuries. When inhaled, the scent molecules in the essential oils travel from the olfactory nerves directly to the brain and especially impact what's called the amygdala, where your reactions happen. So we're trying to get out of working in the amygdala and working out of a peaceful, quiet part of the brain called the prefrontal cortex. And these essential oils can help you to do that. They also use on the skin. So a massage therapist might add a drop or two of wintergreen to oil to help relax tightened muscles during a rub down. A skincare company may use lavender in its bath salts to create a soothing soap. So essential oils are basically plant extracts, and they're made by steaming or pressing various parts of the plant, either the flower, the bark, the leaves, or the fruit, to capture the compounds and produce that fragrance, along with all of the essential healing elements of it.
Oh.
The results of lab studies are promising. One at Johns Hopkins found that certain essential oils kill a type of Lyme bacteria better than antibiotics.
Hmm.
The results in human clinical trials are mixed, but they're still continuing with it. Some studies indicate that there's a benefit to using essential oils, while others show no improvement from symptoms. So again, this is a work in progress. If you find that the lavender scent calms you down, I think that's study enough for me.
All right.
The safest way to use essential oils include accessories. So I'm wearing one actually today. It's a diffuser necklace. So I just put a drop of oil on the little ceramic piece inside of here. And I'm using magnetism, which just brings things to me.
Wow.
A magnificent essential oil. There's also bracelets or keychains that you can sniff throughout the day. There's body oils that add a mixture of essential oil with a carrier oil. So here I have grapeseed as a carrier oil. It just helps to make it not be irritating to the skin. So most of them you want to avoid using full strength on skin. And then there's other aroma sticks. There's an essential oil inhaler that's on a plastic stick and it has a cover on it. You just take the cover off and you sniff it. Then I just have listed a bunch of different types of essential oils. So oregano, bergamot, lemongrass, which is one of the ones that I have here. I put them, we have a steam shower. So I'll put them in my steam shower and use them as an inhalation that way. And then the last self-care tool that I use, of course, I'm going to talk about meditation because I'm going to tell you how important a meditation practice is when you're on this journey of self-love and self-care. So finding one that fits your style is just one way in which you make this practice a part of your daily routine. So whether it's a sitting meditation, a walking meditation, yoga, Tai Chi, it's not important which one it is. It's important that you find the one that best suits you. And that way you'll stick to the practice. Let's see here. Do you have any questions before I go on?
No, I just want you to remind everyone how we could reach you if they do have questions because we're on a roll. So go ahead.
Absolutely. It's Terrie at positivevibes.com and my website positivevibes111.com, and I'm also on Instagram positivevibes111.
Awesome.
Also on Facebook under the same one.
All right, thank you so much. Let's continue.
Okay, so the magical tools. These that I'm going to list are some of the tools that I use in my practice, whether it's on a client or in my own self-care. Crystals. Today, I'm wearing ocean jasper, which holds the energy of water in the ocean, two of my favorite things. Ocean jasper's energetic meaning is a heart-opening stone that invites you to call love, kindness, and happiness into your life. Through its energy, ocean jasper is a crystal, meaning it offers a sense of comfort and empowerment that nurtures your soul. So there's thousands and thousands of crystals out there. Actually, right here in my room, I'm a bit obsessed with crystals. There's different types of crystals. Each have a specific structure with mineral content. And according to Judy Hall, who's my favorite author around this subject, in her Encyclopedia of Crystals says, all crystals are formed from a limiting amount of minerals that bond differently to create the various types, but it is in the internal lattice that determines crystal type and
Okay.
what a crystal is called.
Okay.
Crystals contain the record of the development of the planet over millions of years, bearing the indelible imprint
Wow.
of the powerful forces that shaped it. Crystals can be regarded as the Earth's DNA.
Oh.
So I use them in my practice because of their
Mm-hmm.
vibrational abilities. I'm going to show you here on my desk. Let's see if I can flip my picture around here.
Wow.
So
Let
here's
me see.
a bowl
Okay.
that I'm full of crystals. So I put them in there with intent as to what I'm trying to do with them. And then I have here a black obsidian pyramid. And I'm going to talk about what the different shapes mean. Black obsidian is one of the ones that I use very frequently in my healing practice. This is an obsidian wand, so it directs the focus of the energy from the crystal. This is a selenite wand. Selenite is a
Wow.
clearing crystal, so it clears energy. I use it to clear my stones after I've done a healing session with them, or if they've just been packed away and not been used frequently. This is a couple of crystals just on a selenite plate. Again, they're being cleansed on the selenite.
Ooh.
This here is one of my grids. So you place the crystals in a particular way according to, I use the Akashic Records to help figure out what stones for someone. And then in the back here
Beautiful.
on my,
Aw. You
in
have
a
such a
world
nice
we,
setup.
these are kind of all over my home. I share an office, you can see the desk across from me, with my husband. And we joke because his side of the office is very masculine and not very energetically balanced. One day I came in and there was actually a chainsaw over there. And on my side, all of the crystal healing energy. So I try and face them towards him so we can get the benefits of all of that.
Mm.
And then the it's blue tiger's eye, a selenite, a mookite, black obsidian, actually snowflake obsidian, and then a bronzite, which is one of my stones that I use specifically for my Akashic record healings. So
Mhm.
these are all of my tools. This is my pendulum, quartz pendulum. And frequently, if I am doing work and I've got a crystal and I'm not quite sure what the crystal actually is, because sometimes the colors are a little, I will hold my pendulum over it. And this one's been through quite the ordeals with my grandson. So it's been glued back together. Now I'm not moving my hand. I don't know if you can see my thumb and fingers there. I'm not moving, but the pendulum is moving. So this is
Okay.
another one of my tools. So I'm going to ask it. I've already brought it to my guides and asked them if they were here for my highest and best, if they could help me. My guide is Lolita. So I'm going to ask her, Lolita, is this stone a carnelian?
Whoa.
So it's going to go over it. It almost makes like a grid over it. Again, you can see my fingers aren't moving. And my yes is a clockwise spin. So see how it's starting to go. If it would no, it would go in the opposite direction. So now I know this is a carnelian. So I'm going to ask it, Lolita, is this stone a blue kyanite? And see how it shifted direction?
Mm-hmm.
So now it's saying no. There's another divine tool, divination tool that I use. And I use it doing my body scans on patients or clients to see what areas of their body may be bothering them or where their chakras may be stuck.
Mm-hmm.
And
Wow.
then This is one more. This is my one of my singing bowls. And this is another vibrational tool.
Wow.
It helps to work.
Ooh. Aw.
There we go.
Awesome. And just curious to people out there, I mean, we're almost out of time, but if someone wants to get their own crystals as well, because it's good to have, right? To keep, I mean, where do we get them from? How do you know they're legit? Do you order them off like Amazon or do you have to go to a certain spot?
Yes. So there's a wholesale place, or they have stores, but I can go in and get them at a wholesale place because of my business. It's called Village Silversmith,
Okay.
and it's on Etsy, and it is sourced from an ethically a good area, or it's ethically sourced, which
Okay.
is important to know. And yeah, you got to be careful, like when you're buying them on Etsy, to find a good shop that's reliable.
Okay.
And I will test the crystals if I've used a shop that I'm not sure about. I'll test it with my pendulum when it comes in and ask if it's a legit, whatever the stone is that I'm looking at.
Awesome. Good to know. Terrie, unfortunately, we are out of time today. So how can we remind our listeners to reach out to you, to get in touch with you, to chat with you?
Absolutely. So on my website, you can connect with me on a connection call, 30 minutes, no obligation whatsoever. We can just chat for half an hour about anything that you see on my website that might be of interest to you, or anything that we've talked about here on the podcast. And that's at Positive Vybes, Vybes, 111.com. And if you just go to sessions or booking, it'll come up under the booking call.
Great. Thank you so much. Pleasure seeing you today. And thank you for the visuals. It's important, I think, to actually see what you were talking about. I thank you. For those of you just listening, go to the website, chat with her, and we'll talk soon. Have a great day. Thank you, Terrie.
Thank you, Jill.
Are you looking for even more of the podcasts and hosts that you love? The Podcast Business News Network is proud to announce that you now have even more ways to listen live. Check out the MyTuner Radio, online radio box, and Simple Radio apps on iOS and Android, or find us online. Search for Business News Network on mytuner-radio.com, or search Podcast Business News Network on streama.com and onlineradiobox.com/US. Take your podcast on the go and don't miss a minute of the action.
Broadcasting from the business capital of the world, this is the Podcast Business News Network.
For nearly 2,000 severely injured veterans, everyday life has become filled with barriers.
Day-to-day simple tasks can become pretty daunting.
I have to carry my chair up 2 flights of steps or have somebody do it for me.
What scares me the most is just the falling.
When I'm struggling with my house, I think, to have that one great barrier just knocked down, it's crucial.
Home for Our Troops is a wonderful nonprofit that builds a
mortgage-free, fully adaptive, handicap-accessible house. And there's no catch.
It'll be our very first home that we've ever owned.
This is a game changer.
This is where your life begins again.
We need you to join us in completing this important mission. Please visit hfotusa.org and help build homes and rebuild lives.
Because of you, everything's going to be okay.